Okay, so we're through the engine start, choke off. Now we haven't done that yet. It's actually running pretty smooth, which is interesting for the choke still to be on. It should be running kind of rich. And it's going to be the same thing. It's left, in, and then right. It's just opposite of what you did to bring it out. Just whoop, whoop, there you go. Now you're going to have to give it a little bit of throttle because you took away all that choke. So you're down in, there you go, you're good right there. Just getting it into that green arc, you're good.
Is that good right there?
Yep, that's good. So now we have the oil warm up.
All right.
And what do we got? Let's, what do we got? In cold weather, leave the choke on, yeah. Until the engine will let you know that you needed to leave it on. Maybe necessary to advance the throttle while closing the choke. And in the winter it is. I'll kind of ease in the choke at the same time I'm moving in the throttle, so they kind of take over.
Okay.
Because you remember when we just shut it down, we were down here in the yellow and it was just barely loafing along. If it's cold and wintry, that's probably not going to like that. So you're going to want to get some. Now we have this restriction. We got to keep it at 2,500 or below 2,500 RPM until 120 on the oil. Well, we already knew that. And we'll know that has happened when that yellow arc goes away.
Okay.
All right, we got anything else on there? We might be able to get ammeter charging. That's important. It's charging 3 amps.
Okay.
That means we're not draining the battery. Okay, that's it.
There.
So now we're at pre-taxi, which we don't need to do quite yet. We got other stuff to talk about.
All right.
So let's put the rest of our screens back on. So that's the screen and put on the map and this is primary flight display. That's all your stuff.
Okay.
And we can alternate between the 6-pack and the EFIS gauges if you want, so you don't get too hooked on one of them or the other. Okay, so what we had decided was, what did I do with my map? What did I do, leave that sitting outside?
This one?
Yeah, there it is. So we had decided, we collaborated on. We're at Bolton, and we'll go out to Madison County and diddle around out there like, we're just playing like we're doing a little flight to Madison County. That's what we're going to do. And then you want to go to Marysville, which is up here. And we can do that, and we can either go to Delaware or just back or whatever. It's not important. Depends on what we do at Urbana, or whether we. Oh, yeah. Did we say Madison County or Urbana? We said Urbana, didn't we? No, I guess I can't.
Wherever you want to go.
Well, we'll go out to. Let's go out to Urbana, and then we'll just pick up Marysville on the way back and make a triangle.
Okay.
That'll give us some time. We'll put in some waypoints because you're gonna have to learn how to use the GPS too.
Okay.
And we could obviously go just direct to Urbana, and maybe that's the way we'll start, and maybe we'll insert some waypoints on the way.
Okay.
So let's say we're lazy pilots, and we really only want to use $10 out of that, $10,000, whatever that. Probably I can't remember what it cost, but it was all part of the kit.
Yeah.
All we're ever going to do is direct to. So let's do a direct to. So that's going to be under the map. Almost anything having to do with navigation is under map. Direct to. There's your universal.
Direct to.
Arrow sign. Now you got to find it. Now it could be. First of all, you're going to have to figure out what it's called, right? It's not. We're not looking for Grimes or
I-74, isn't it?
We're looking for India 74. So that's one of the ones that doesn't start with a K. So we
does that mean anything, or is it?
Yeah, K means United States of America. C would be like Canada. G is Germany.
What's I mean then?
I means before it's not big enough to care, I guess, because you'll find these like this India 54. They're typically very small airports. And maybe it has to do with they're not weather reporting. I'm not sure how they decided that. Maybe historical reasons, I'm sure. You could look for it in recent, because I go there every now and then. So that would be, you're kind of using this one. And I don't see it. There's me, I don't even know what MI4, that might be Michigan somewhere. So because it's not there, we're going to go back to airport. Then you got to go down to here. And there. Start twisting, right?
Okay.
So go ahead and get India 74. There it is. So we want to direct to. That's it. You've got it.
Do we have to do anything else?
Yeah, you hit direct.
Where's direct?
It's the one with the D with the arrow where it's back.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. Right in the back. Right between. This is how archery. Right in the back. Okay, so we can zoom out, and that's turning it this way. And we're doing that just to say, yeah, that looks about right. It's not someplace near Los Angeles. You got the right one. Because if you mistype something, it could be clear on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I guess so.
You wouldn't know. So there are ways, and I'm rusty at this, so this may not work out well for me. Let's say we want to add a waypoint, the slow way, and let's see what's on the way out there. We're coming from here. But we could do it by way of Madison County, or we could find an intersection somewhere, like Meekin is an intersection. Let's see if we can find Meekin. And we'll go from Bolton to Meekin. It's just a waypoint, it's just got a name, and then on to Grimes, right?
Okay.
So the way we're going to do that, it's certainly going to be map. Well, we're already in the map menu, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Let's go to map. Let's try flight plan. I'm really rusty on this. And we want to insert. So now go to flight plan menu. And we want to insert a waypoint. So push it to the right. And we want it to be...
Beacon?
Yeah. Mike Echo. Christmas. Anal.
There it is.
Big nuke. I'm really bad at that alphabet. Yeah, so go ahead and insert that. Now pay attention to this. Go ahead and insert it. Now it's going to say, where do you want it? So do we want to go to Meekin and then Urbana, or do we want to go Urbana then Meekin? So we're going to want it there, right?
Yeah.
So there's insert. Now, we want to make sure we still have a direct to India 74. We don't want that to happen anymore. So we're already in navigate mode, so it's going to sequence automatically. But what we're going to do is tell it we want the first thing we're going to do to be Meekin.
Oh, okay.
And because navigate is enabled, when we get to Meekin, it should automatically roll over to India 74.
Tower Cherokee 616, Foxtrot Lima is 10 to the northwest.
Do we have to fly like right over it for it to?
Well, we're going to be on the autopilot. The autopilot will fly right over it.
Cherokee 616, Foxtrot Lima, Bolton Tower.
It's a minimal turn.
Left downwind runway 4, report midfield.
It's going to be a relatively shallow turn.
Wind is 12, altimeter 3001.
So you probably won't even notice it, but the autopilot will lead it a little bit. I mean, if it was like a 90-degree turn, it would lead it a little bit, so it doesn't come over and come back.
Okay.
This one, you probably won't even notice it. It'll count you down. It'll give you like a 10-second countdown and all that. So we've got all that.
Tower, Arrow 1915 Tango is Lily Chapel inbound.
And go all the way back top.
1915 Tango, Bolton Tower.
All right, so how are we on oil? We've got our oil temperature.
Left base, runway 4, report 2 miles out. Wind is calm, altimeter 3001.
All right, we learned a few things. We can go ahead and get a head start. So altimeter is 3001. I heard him say that. That's your barometer.
As you get closer to the left base,
and you're looking at it right there, 2995. We want 3001.
For a left downwind.
There it is.
15 Tango, copy. We'll be looking for him.
There you go.
All right.
6 Foxtrot Lima, traffic.
We also know that they're departing runway 4.
From the west for the left base. Watch for them as you get closer to the downwind.
We're going to go ahead and get the trim.
6 Foxtrot Lima, copy.
All right, so we know they're landing and taking off runway 4. With calm wind, they're always going to use runway 4 unless we ask them for different. Now, they've got people flying on 4, so if we ask for 22, he's not going to let us do it. But if he's got calm wind, runway 4, it's a mile down there, and my oil's already warm, and if there was nobody else flying, I would request 22. And he'd either say yes or no. He doesn't care. But,
okay.
So what he would say, in that his response would be weird. His response would be, runway 4 is active, taxi to 22. And you'd be like, what? But that's just, there's no sense taxiing all the way down there just because it's calm air.
Yeah.
It's actually a bit of a crosswind. It was like 9 knots before. I don't know what happened to that. It's calmed down significantly. So we're going down the runway 4. So let's take a look at the airport. So that's going to be down here, right? Because it's basically straight up from where we are. We're facing that direction already. We're on it right now. So it's that one, not that one. So it's going to be taxiway down to here and then up.
Okay.
So that puts our destination off to the left. So he's probably going to clear us for takeoff with a left turn out on course. Okay, fine, that's fine. Now when we get to, we don't really know what's happening up at Madison County, or Urbana, do we?
I guess not, no.
We can look and see if they have any information. And we would go to recent, and we were talking about India 74. We should come back to this first anyway. Weather, they don't have any.
Okay.
But they do have an AWAS, so we'll be able to catch it before we get there.
Okay.
We want to know what the runways are so we can be thinking ahead, and they're 2 and 20. So if that wind, if we're taking off on runway 4 here, we're probably landing on runway 2 there.
South than we anticipated.
And runway 2, as we're going to be heading at it,
Clear to land, got you in sight.
we're going to be coming at it from the east. So this is going to be runway 2. You would be tempted to do right traffic, but we talked about right traffic last time, didn't we? We're not going to do that. We're going to come at it. We're going to plan. We know already we're going to be coming at it from Meekin. So we're basically coming at it from an angle. We're going to have to cross over to get left downwind base and landings, right? So what we know is we're going to go down to runway 4 here. We're going to take off. We're going to have to make a left turn, fairly significant. It's probably going to be about a little more than 90 degrees because we're going to be going towards Meekin. We can let the autopilot try it if we want. Then we're going to get here. We're going to either center field or at the departure end cross over for left traffic for runway 2. That's our plan for now. Until we learn differently. So exit. We should be about ready to go. We're still not picking up ADS-B. That's why this is still purple. It's the purple. We don't really care, but it'd be nice if it was working. It'll pick up once we're in the air.
Is that what tells you where the other planes are?
Yeah, it also tells me the weather.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice to know. We're not too worried today, but generally. But sometimes it doesn't pick it up because the antenna is way down here on the ground. When we get up in the air, it's going to pick it up pretty quick. We're about ready to go. We got everything done, don't we? So let's go back to our checklist. I should let you do that stuff. Tools. checklist. And let's see, pre-taxi, we're probably already done. Let's take a look at it. There's probably, it's just talking. Okay, this is talking about the wind and such forth. And you're going to taxi out. You taxi to Portsmouth, so you should be able to do it here.
Okay.
It's a little bit tighter quarters, so we're going to go slow. So
Okay.
the pre-takeoff is, or pre-taxi is just informational. We don't really need it. Let's go back.
Okay.
And I think the next one is before takeoff.
Takeoff.
That's when we get to the end of the runway. So we can just leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
All right, so before we can leave here, we have to ask permission.
Yep.
And we talked about this last time. It's going to be who we think we're talking to. Because, as we know, I'm not always right about that. 121, KTZR Tower. That's not what
You
I want,
want the
is it?
ground,
I want
right?
ground. Good call. That's why we check. And he, like I said last time, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
He would say you're transmitting on ground. Yeah, oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, so now we're transmitting KTZR ground. In standby, we have KTZR Tower. So that's all good. So we think we're talking to Bolton Tower, and we're going to tell him, first thing is who we think we're talking to, who we know we are, and we are 284 Delta Golf, and what we want. And we are ready for takeoff, or ready for taxi takeoff.
Clear to land, traffic is on the runway and exiting.
And departing VFR westbound, because they're curious about that, because we got the Class C.
15 Tango exit Alpha 3, taxi parking Alpha
Do you want to do it?
Charlie.
Or do you want,
Can you do it?
Yeah, one more time. Okay.
Yeah. I might have to write it down the first time I do it.
Well,
I don't know if I can remember it all.
You can find them on YouTube to listen to and
Okay.
practice, but this one's pretty straightforward. Oh, doggone it.
I just don't want to sound stupid.
Oh, they're used to it. Well, oh, I got to feed the dog. Can you wait here? Yeah, they're used to it, or they were used to it when they had a lot of training in and out here. It's not going to piss them off or anything. They're not going to laugh at you, but yeah, it is. People do get it. It's one of the things people get most hung up on is just the radio thing. Oh, I don't want to get violated. I don't want the FAA on my back. It's not going to happen. But so, but it's basically, it's a pretty simple formula, and you know exactly what he's going to say. He's going to tell us altimeter is 3001. Landing, departing runway 4, taxi Alpha to Bravo to runway 4, blah, blah, blah. So we already know what he's going to say. And the more you can be ready for that, the more you can think ahead. What's he going to say? We know they're using runway 4. Pretty much know there's only one way to get there, so it's pretty straightforward. Strange airports, you know, when you're at your home field, this stuff's very, very easy. Strange airports, it gets a lot trickier. You know, they give you these lengthy taxi diagrams.
Oh, yeah. You have to write it all down as they talk. Right?
And you can, and I did this when I was low time. I would tell them, unfamiliar with the airport, please give me progressives, and they'll give you progressive directions. But it has to be a pretty big airport. Someplace like this, they actually would laugh at you. So let's head on down.
All right.
Let me think about it for a second before I screw it up.
Bolton ground, experimental 284 Delta Golf at the T hangars, ready to taxi, departing VFR westbound.
Okay, we can start.
Terminal 284 Delta Golf, taxi runway 4 via Bravo and Alpha, wind calling altimeter 3001, give way to traffic exiting at Alpha 3 here momentarily.
Yeah, it's Bravo and Alpha to runway 4, we'll look for the traffic on Alpha 34 Delta Golf.
36 Foxtrot Lima, exit Alpha 3, taxi parking Alpha and Charlie.
Yeah, I don't know how far up he's coming,
Okay.
so we're going to have to sit here and wait for him. I mean, if he's coming, or we could pull off to the side. He's just now coming off the runway, but there's plenty of room for either one of us to pull off. Oh, there he is right there. He's coming up there. Oh, that's Luke. We got to get out of here. He's parked right here. Cut across to the other side.
Okay.
So go here. Let me get it.
You do it. Yeah.
Put your feet off the brakes. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Fine, Luke. Some people you just can't do a favor for, right? He's a sharp guy. He's a mechanic.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
There we go. Okay, you can do it. Got it? Got it? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, he's waiting. Let's get past him.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you do
that's
that.
just me. There we go. Okay, there you go.
All right.
Now, taxi speed, during your training and on your check ride, it's going to be this. It's going to be walking speed.
Okay.
When you're going a mile down the runway on Saturday afternoon and you got 3 planes behind you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest walking speed.
Go a little faster.
I would not suggest it. But until, you know, you're done with all the...
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it right now, because this is not a steerable nose wheel. It's a little bit trickier airplane to steer.
Yeah, it's not like a
So
car.
you don't want to get up a whole big head of steam and go whacking off into, you know, grass or whatever.
Into the buildings or something.
So there's a reason you do it slow at first. But you, at some point, have to use a little bit of judgment.
Yeah.
And think, well, I got 3 guys behind me that have been flying forever, and I can do walking speed, and they will have to endure it, or I can be a little more, you know.
Yeah. Will they like dock you if you do that on your?
Yeah, I would think on your check
ride?
ride, you really want to not take any chances at all. And I agree with that. I mean, what they want, you have to be at your absolute best.
Yeah.
Because what they're getting ready to do is turn you loose.
Yeah.
And if you can't be, I don't know what the word, I don't want to say anal, but if you can't be by the book, here we go, get over here, and go on over here.
Or,
I'll get it.
Okay.
You just want to show the instructor that you recognize that while you're getting a license, you're very, very new at this. And that license, a lot of time what people call it is your private is a license to learn on your own. It's just like being able to solo whenever you want. So they expect you to still be very cautious, very procedural, very much by the book.
You want me to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're good habits to have. You know, you don't want to get in the habit of just being careless or hot rodding around either.
We're going up there, right?
We're going to go up there and turn right because we're going down to runway 4.
Okay.
And remember how to read the sign. So he told us taxi Bravo to Alpha to 4. So there's Bravo. We're on it because
Bravo,
it's yellow on black. There's Alpha. We're going to turn right because we're going to 4.
Okay. Got it.
They're not hard to read here, but you get into double letters. You know, you could have taxiway Alpha Zulu, or and some of them are only this long, and you know you're on it, and you 10 different ones, and I think, that, like I said before, I think there's at least 2, maybe 4 ground controllers at O'Hare. There's so much pavement that's just not runway, that's just taxiway, and then getting to the right gate and all that. Oh, that'd be a nightmare of a job.
Yeah.
Okay, you can use the throttle, so you're doing pretty good keeping your momentum and not, you know, burning it up on the brakes, but you can always give it a little bit of throttle. If you're getting behind, it's going to stop. And you can move it as much as you need. I mean, it's not going to hurt it.
Slow down a little bit.
That's a bit much if you're riding the brakes. If you're riding the brakes, take the throttle back. If you're sitting here thinking, why won't this thing go, that's when you put throttle in. It's like a car, but you're just having to do it by hand, and the brakes are not nearly as effective. And the steering is kind of, the steering's not quite what you're... So that would be Alpha 3. Alpha 3 used to be right there you just go straight out to the runway. They moved it last year because of the risk of runway incursions. Somebody coming down the ramp and missing this turn would go right out to the runway. So they offset. They tore it out. That used to be Alpha 4. They just renamed it Alpha 3, and they tore out Alpha 3. It was a safety thing, and it made a lot of sense. But it was awfully convenient to be able to come right off the runway up onto the ramp. But it was, I could see why they did it. This is about how I normally taxi. So this is not a walking speed. We're doing, I don't know, is it even showing on, it's probably not even showing on the airspeed.
It
says 20. 20, some of that might be wind. It doesn't feel like 20 knots, but it could be. You get used to different, you know. Actually, all the other planes are gone. We probably could have used 2-2. It's not a big deal.
Almost there now.
Down here, you're always looking for wildlife cutting across. Oh, everything. Vultures, hawks, coyotes, rabbits. I've seen a coyote carrying a rabbit, so that was a twofer. Oh, the rabbit didn't know what was going on. He was long gone. The rabbit was dinner. He was going home to the kids for dinner. They rounded up a lot of the coyote, but I still see them now and again. Not like you used to, but you'll get something dead out here, and there'll be a big vulture sitting on it. And you don't want that because they'll fly away and you don't want to hit one. There'll be deer on the runway. We've had deer on the runway. They put the fence up right after 9/11 and called it wildlife control. So I don't know if they were talking about the deer or the wildlife it takes to come in and mess with an airport. But it doesn't really keep the deer off, but it cuts down on them. Because I had deer on the runway when I was landing. You don't want to hit one.
No, that doesn't sound good at all.
Mess you right up. You don't want to hit anything with the propeller. That's a very expensive thing to do. So this used to be Alpha 6, now it's Alpha 5, so I got to remember to stop one early. There's our road closed signs. My intersection's closed. We got a 10-minute detour to get here now.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, we're getting a roundabout. It'll be handy when we have it. It's just the pain of getting it put in. Okay, so here's our before takeoff. I'm going to go ahead and get us turned here. So this is a relatively tight turn. And then straighten back out. It's nice to straighten it out while you still can. So we're pointed at the wrong. Okay. Now, before takeoff, brakes set. Now, brakes set means put your feet on them because we don't have a parking brake. Flight control's free and correct. This is where you're just looking to make sure. Go ahead, you can do that, So what should happen when you move the stick to the left? Left aileron up. And what should happen on the right?
Go down.
Yep.
Opposite.
Yep. Those are both working. Can you see the tail? You look, try the other way.
Oh, really?
You should be able to see the stab coming up.
Up.
And you should be able to see the rudder.
Wait up.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Looks good.
Free and correct. Fuel quantity minimum 4 gallons, and we got that made. Trim set for takeoff. Now we're just a titch off, but I told you before, this thing is really quick. You guys got to give it a little, there we go. There it is. Okay. Flaps set for takeoff. Those are up. Do you want to try the flaps? Go ahead and try putting the flaps down. It's click.
Click up.
And there, yeah, I'll put them down. Let's go put them down. You should be able to feel the notch. Push down. There, you notched in.
Okay.
And then to put them up, it's the same thing. Until you feel the notch, pick it. There you go. Okay. So flaps are up. Cool. That's what we wanted. Canopy latched. Let's go ahead and do that. Told you we'd see that one again, right? We're paranoid about that, or I hope we are. Engine run up. Oil temp, we got 122. We're at 186. Boy, it's getting kind of hot, actually. Stab, stick back, and throttle 4,000 RPM. Now you're at 2,000 right now. So real heavy on the brakes because it's going to want to go.
All right. Yep.
Okay. So that's, now you want to turn off ignition A and watch the RPM drop. And that's about 80 to 90, that's fine, back up. And the other one should be very similar. Yep, okay, that's that.
All right.
Max RPM difference 120, we clearly didn't have 120 difference.
Turn this off now?
Yeah, you can bring it back. You want to bring it all the way back to idle and make sure it'll idle. All the way, because sometimes I get the propeller. No, all the way back. Pull it all the way back, as far as it'll go.
Oh.
There, it should idle.
Oh, okay.
Because I've had the propeller set before, or the throttle cable set where it would stall at idle. You don't want that. So that's what we're checking for. Okay. So we're down to throttle idle. Engine instruments check. Used to be align your gyros and all that. What we're looking for. So we got a yellow. We got a yellow on battery volts. That's going to go away once we throttle up. We're actually discharging right now because we're not making a lot of power on the end. There we go. At least we're sitting neutral now.
Okay.
That yellow will go away when we get our voltage back up with the. Flight instruments check, we could go ahead and, we already got a course set in. We know we're going to India 74. We've got the altimeter set in. That was 3001. There's not much else to do. And that probably finishes it. Oh, fuses check. Somebody left a message for me. That one way to look at those is to try to put them in shade and see if any are lit up. That was a comment on my YouTube, but it's too bright for that. The thing is, I would know if that wasn't working. If this wasn't working, this wouldn't be on. If this wasn't working, this wouldn't be on. I know that one's working. We just used trim. We just used the starter. That's the main bus. Autopilot, we'll find out. Audio clearly is working, and GPS is clearly working. So fuses are good. That's another way of looking at it. Fuel pressure, we should have at least 2.2. That's fine. We're up at 5.3. We got a full tank again. Seatbelts fastened. Yep, we're good on that. Flight timer. If you want to start a timer, I generally don't see a need to on a short trip like this, but if I was taking a longer trip where I may run into unforecast headwinds, I may want to know how far behind schedule I am because that's how I'm measuring my fuel.
Okay.
If I can fly for 3 hours before I'm into my reserve and I got to land for gas. If we're suddenly at 3 hours and 15 minutes, get it on the ground.
So your fuel gauge doesn't actually read anything back there?
Not yet until it gets down to 15.
Okay.
And it's fairly accurate, but you never can trust them completely. You really want to. You really want to. If the fuel tank is telling me it's dry, and my math says it shouldn't be, well, that's kind of a concern. It's something to look into, but they should kind of agree. Okay, we've talked about this. There's not much. You're not really going to look at a checklist when you're doing a takeoff. You're just not going to do it. You're going to read this and then do kind of internalize it, right? So control stick halfway. Well, we're losing halfway aft, thrust wheel full open. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold the stick back half aft until the front wheel lifts. That lets me know I can use the rudders instead of the brakes, right? Because if I have enough air across the tail to lift that nose, which happens almost right away, I can get off those brakes and start steering with the rudder.
Okay.
And climb at 75 knots. Okay, it's going to lift off by itself at 50 knots. We saw that last time. Climb at 75 with the flaps up. We're going to leave them up, trim as required. Crosswind conditions, you want to keep a wing down and all that stuff. That's all going to be advanced stuff. So we can get out of this. Turn off the checklist, turn that back on. We have our ADS-B now. We're ready to go.
All right.
So, one thing that's not on the takeoff checklist is change to tower frequency.
Yep.
So you don't embarrass yourself. Check the canopy again. We always check that canopy. Can't stop checking that canopy. And I'm going to tell him Bolton ground. We're back on Bolton Tower now. Bolton Tower, 284 Delta Golf, pretending he's never heard of us before. ready for takeoff runway 22, oh sorry, runway 4. And I'll tell him at Alpha 5 because it's a habit I've gotten into, and that we're departing towards the west, and he's going to clear us for takeoff, or it's going to be a Peacecape. So, I don't think there's anything else to do.
Fulton Tower, experimental 284 Delta Golf, ready for takeoff runway 4 at Alpha 6, departing VFR westbound.
Experimental 284 Delta Golf, Fulton Tower, runway 4, clear for takeoff, westbound departure approved.
Clear for takeoff runway 4, we're at westbound departure 4 Delta Golf.
All right, so let's get that stick back.
Okay.
And especially on your check ride, you're going to use all the runway.
Mm-hmm.
We got 80, we got 4,000 feet we don't need, but we're going to use it all.
Okay.
And you want to be right on the center line. And you don't want to spend a lot of time sitting around. It's kind of quiet right now, but at a busy airport or an uncontrolled airport in particular, you don't want to spend a lot of time sitting here. But we do want to get that so it's rolling straight, so we're not starting in a turn. Going to feed it in. I'm steering with the brakes. I got the stick back. Steering with the brake. Steering with the brake. You can feel it. You can feel the resistance. There's the tail coming up. Steering with the rudder. Steering with the rudder. Just holding that. I'm just going to hold this attitude, and it's just going to fly off all by its lonesome. There it goes. Now we can let it speed up a little bit.
You want 70?
Yeah, we're going to climb at 75. We don't have to. We don't have to get there right away. We can climb at 65 for a while, just to get up away from the runway. It's a nice clear night.
Yeah,
Hardly
see a lot
haze at all.
farther than last time. Oh man.
Now we can make this turn whenever we want. That's entirely up to us, as long as we don't get into the Columbus Class C.
So you can fly right over the.
Sure.
I can't hear.
But we're gaining altitude while we still have runway under us and behind us.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to get out over that stuff until we got enough that we can get back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, right now, if the engine quit, you wouldn't be able to get back on the runway.
Oh, I
Would
think
you?
I probably could with this airplane.
Oh, really?
Or I could go, I got a big open field right there. I got a big open field right there.
Right. You mean that field?
Yep.
You'd be able to get down that fast?
Not necessarily, but there's nothing says I have to go straight to it. I can maneuver. I could actually, if I'm too high, I could go to that one down there. I could go to that one down there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Your airplane.
All right, my airplane.
Now, let's go ahead and get on the course. So let's press the nav button.
Yeah.
And it says GPS. Now press the autopilot button.
Autopilot.
And now it should be doing that for you. Feel any resistance in the roll? Yeah, it's doing it for you.
Yeah.
Now, our altitude, we want to make, let's say, 3,500 feet. So altitude, you see that right there, climbing up?
Yeah.
There's 35. Now you want to hit alt and up.
Okay.
And now it should, look, it's going to climb at 600 feet per minute to hold altitude that we set right there at 3,500. So it should be doing it all by itself. And keep your hands close by.
Yeah.
And we can throttle back a little bit. We don't need to be cranking quite that much, although we can run at 5,000 all day long.
Okay.
Now, does it feel like it's flying it for you?
I guess. I mean it's kind of sideways, but
Well, it's just
the
correct for the wind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to do a lot for you.
Yeah, it's moving.
I didn't hear what that guy said. Hope what
Down to 66 Alpha Bravo, runway 4, taxi via
so
Bravo
we on
and
the ground.
Alpha. Wind calling out 3001.
Okay, there's confirmation that our altimeter is still 3001. We don't have to do anything with that.
Cool.
So I get my feet off the rudder. You can handle that. So it's doing pretty good, right?
Yeah. Does the autopilot take care of the rudder too?
No, it does not.
Oh.
And you can tell whether it wants a little bit of right rudder because we're climbing. That's going to be just very jet. It's not going to take much. Just a little bit of light foot pressure. There you go.
Step on it, right? That's
Step on the ball. That's right. Now it's a little choppy. It's gonna swing around, but you should be able to get it in there where it'll stay pretty good.
Sorry, that last one, say again?
I swear every time I talk he says like, oh okay, well I was talking to somebody else. I keep thinking I must be keying the mic.
Oh yeah.
Now it should level out. Well,
we're not quite there yet.
Well, we can take it. We can make it do it. We'll just level it off at 3,000. You can change it on the way up.
Okay.
And let's see if it stops at 3,000. I think it will. There, it's telling you right now. He intends to level off at 3,000.
Okay. Cool.
He, she, whatever. Now, when it levels off, you're going to want to keep an eye on your throttle because now it's going to go faster.
Oh yeah, so we might have to
now it's revving up over 5,000, and we can go up to, we can go up to 5,500, but let's keep it around 5,000, so we're not I mean, just in the neighborhood. We don't need to burn the gas.
All right, cool.
No, we got to turn the squelch up. That's better. Let's try something. Let's pretend we suddenly want to divert to Madison County for whatever reason. I'm not sure this will work, but we're going to take this little thing here, and I'm going to move this over to Ugly Young Farmers.
Ugly Young Farmers.
Get it under there, and let's see what happens if I hit direct to. I guess I can't. Let's see. Oh, we got to get off of that. There we go. Map. Direct to. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Direct to. There we go.
Now it's turning us. Cool.
No, and then to get this, see how I still have this? You got to push this in to get it back on the airplane.
So what would you say the visibility is now?
Unlimited.
Today? Unlimited. Okay.
And if you can see the horizon, that's unlimited.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, a lot better than last time.
Yep, it varies. The flight to Lynchburg would have been terrible.
Oh, yeah.
All that weather we had yesterday was parked all over the mountains of West Virginia. We would have...
979 Papa Charlie,
So
clear to the John C. Toon Airport via York, then...
It was marginal VFR over the mountains, which I'm not keen on. It was high winds over the mountains, which I'm not keen on. And the way when I'm looking to make a flight, and I'm looking at the weather stuff, I'm looking for things like I don't want to go. I pretend like I'm going to have dinner with the in-laws and I don't want to go. I'm going to find a way out of this. That's the way I look at weather before a cross-country flight.
Okay.
Not, boy, I'm not going to worry too much about that because I really want to go.
So you try to find any reason not to go.
Any reason. I mean, I had said, well, what are the winds going to be like? What's the visibility going to be like at destination and departure? But there's a whole bunch of stuff in between that. And if I had just looked at departure and arrival, it would have been fine. It was getting over the mountains that was going to be the problem. It was high wind. Coming back, we were going to have a 35 knot headwind, which, I mean, that's driving speed. We wouldn't have had the gas to make it. We'd have had to stop somewhere. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I look at it is find a reason to not go. If you can't find a reason to not go, now you should feel pretty confident you're going, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at the map today at work, like the aviation map, and it had like a big red box all around the mountains out there. It said, like,
it's pretty bad.
Severe turbulence or something.
Yep. Not the kind of flying I wanted to do. I still got that squelch. That's better. It's hard when you're taking a passenger too. That he had a reason he wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I can't be worried about that. It's not my problem.
No.
You can't look at it that way.
Yep.
And you'll get pressure.
I'm sure.
That's got to deal with that.
Gotta be safe first.
So how far out are we here? 11 miles.
Sir, wind calm if you'd prefer to.
I'm sorry, 18 miles, 11 minutes.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and get on their frequency so we can listen to what's going on out there.
Okay.
So let's find that. That's going to be on the map. And it's information, so it's going to be info. And we are going to Grimes. Well, you saw me changing airports, so you want to make sure you're on the right airport. So you're going to go over to COM. Let's go ahead and punch the AWAS in first. So go ahead and tune that in. Push the tune button. And we'll pull that over, and now press the Unicom. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And now let's verify them. Learned a lesson about that. So we're going to the Urbana AWAS and Urbana Unicom, so that's all good. Go back up to here.
1 Zulu, weather, wind, calm,
Our choice on the runway now.
0, clear, below, 1,2,000, temperature, 2,3 Celsius, dew point, 1,2, altimeter, 3,001, remark. Density altitude, 2,200.
Okay, so that changes everything. Wind calm makes runway our choice.
Okay.
And we are set up perfectly to enter a left midfield downwind for runway 20. Right, which we're getting runway we want, right?
We'll do that.
Now here, let's zoom in on it. Okay, so here's our runway choices. Got that one's grass, you don't want that one. We have 20 and 2. we were going to use 2 because the wind was out of the north. Now we don't care.
So we're
So we can use 20, we can use 2, 0, and now we're already set up for left turns because we have to make left turns in the pattern. So we're coming in right at midfield, which is just fine, a midfield entry to the left downwind. That's all we're going to have to do. So we can actually run, we can do what we're going to do because we still have that choice too. So we could, just for funsies, cross over on a midfield crosswind to a left downwind, to a left base, to final for runway 2.
Crosswind for 27.
So we can do either one.
Full stop.
Okay. And then you push that to get home, and zoom back out.
The bird over there.
Yep, look at him go. A bird coming at you will generally dive.
Oh yeah. If a bird hit this, would it break it?
Yeah, it would break the propeller on the way through too. So we would have no propeller and a lot of wind in our face. And bird
And a
guts.
dead bird on
Yeah,
our
bird guts.
face.
Yep. It's not a good thing at all.
We don't want that.
And generally what you want to do, you see it coming, my view is the best thing to do is nothing at all. The bird is far more nimble than we will ever be.
Yeah.
And the bird has, they have kind of instincts to preserve their lives as well. So they'll generally dive away. My view is there's not much you can do about it. You're not, by the time you see it, there's no reaction. There's nothing you can do. It's going to hit you.
I could like knock you out if it hit you.
Oh, it could kill you.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we're doing 100-some miles an hour.
Yeah.
Depends on the bird. You know what a Canada goose could do? It could put you in a river.
That's true.
And you get these big hawks out here.
Yeah.
Crows are pretty damn big.
Oh yeah.
Wake County traffic, Warrior 62 Alpha, crossing midfield to capture the left downwind for runway 1, full stop, pick away.
Yeah, that wasn't us, but he's using runway 1 somewhere. Well, it could be runway 1 because that's the grass runway, but I don't think anybody's using that. It's got to be wet.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Did you land this on the grass?
Yeah.
Oh, you good?
Yep, that's why I don't have wheel pants on it.
Oh, okay.
Wheel pants and grass don't get along. They would give me 5 more knots. I mean, they're there for a reason, but I land, there's a restaurant up in Mount Victory. We'll go up there sometime when the runway's not mud.
Yeah.
They got a grass runway, you park next to the restaurant, walk in. It's great.
That's cool.
But it'd be too wet right now. I'm sure it'd be too wet right now.
Upward 10 to the north at 3,000 feet.
I had parts of my yard I couldn't mow.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're 10 miles out. We got to start paying attention to what's going on out here.
Wake County traffic, Warrior 62
There's somebody at
Alpha,
Circleville.
downwind, runway 1, full stop, pick away.
And we'll go ahead just, well, I don't know. We can go either way on this. We can land on 2 or we can land on 20. Might as well cross over. We'll just do something a little different. We'll cross over and do the left downwind for runway 2.
Okay.
Wind calm is...
Foster Metro 3 Delta Charlie, turn left downwind. 27, Foster.
If we can find the airport.
How far is it? About 9 or 10 miles?
Final for 25, stop and go, Green County.
This one's hard to find.
And Pickaway County traffic, Warrior 62 Alpha, turning left base now, runway 1, full stop, pick away.
I don't see it yet.
Richmond traffic, Colonel 2285 Yankee, 10 to the north, be landing 24, Richmond.
A lot of people out flying because it's going to be crappy all weekend.
Bonanza 9818 Romeo is 10 south, inbound, landing 20, Vanna Grimes.
All right, we're 20. He's 10 south, we're 8.5 south, so he's going to catch up with us if he's anything fast. Well, he's going to be off by there. He's going to be over there somewhere. We ought to be able to see him, honestly. But he must not have ADS-B. We are 8 miles, he's 10 miles. I didn't catch what time the airplane is. I don't know if he's faster than us or slower than us, but we're heading to the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Traffic, Air Flight 2 is 2 miles to the south. We're passing just east of the field, heading north at 2,100, Marine.
Sorry, 3 Delta Charlie, left base.
we'll make a call at 5 miles, and we'll go ahead and line up for 20 since he's already kind of claimed it.
34 Golf is 5 to your north, entering crosswind for 27, Irrigate traffic.
Now we're going to report that we're southeast because he's going to want to know. And we'll do that at like 5 miles. And he should be at about 7.
Traffic, Warrior 62 Alpha, now with short final, runway 1. Full
See the
stop,
runway
pickle
now. It's hard to see because it's behind some trees and it goes across and it's concrete, so it's harder to see.
Yeah. We need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, we can. It's not bumpy. We can go that fast.
Oh, okay.
We got a guy we're racing right now. If it was choppy, we wouldn't want to be in the yellow.
Yeah.
Clear traffic, 802 Juliet Delta is climbing through 2200 to the north, out of the pattern.
Urbana Grimes traffic, experimental 284 Delta Golf is 5 miles southeast, inbound left traffic runway 20, Urbana Grimes.
Let's see if we hear from
Urbana
this guy.
Grimes, Bonanza 90818 Romeo's 6 miles south, inbound left traffic 20, looking for the other traffic.
Bonanza, you're a lot faster than us. We're going to go ahead and slow down a bit and let you get in front of us.
Thank you, sir.
Cyberdan traffic, Aztec.
And that's why you want to know your different types of airplanes.
Yeah, Bonanza's pretty nice.
Yeah, Bonanza's a real nice airplane, but they're pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we'll just slow down a little bit. He was still a little, there he is right there.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's somebody right there. That's probably not him because that's 700 feet below. Although we do need to start heading down, so let's go down a little bit.
Cardinal, A5 Yankees, 5
Where's this guy?
base 24.
Turn off the autopilot. Can't fly it. And let's go down to, well, let's find pattern altitude right quick.
981 Romeo, we're going to fly straight in runway 2.
Okay, it sounds like he's just going to go in on 2. That was somebody doing that.
Urbana Grimes traffic, Cessna 759 Tango taking active for takeoff runway 2.
Okay, there's a guy departing on 2.
Is that guy then?
Well, I don't know who's who, but there's a guy departing 2, and there's a guy that I think said he's just going to go for 2.
Altitude.
So we're going to want to cross over. Well, let's just slow down and see how it transpires, because if we're going to 2, we got to cross over anyway.
Yeah.
We got a departure on 2. We got the Bonanza doing who knows what.
Bonanza 9818 Romeo, 3.5 mile final.
Cherokee 34 Golf is downwind, or crosswind, for 27 Cherokee.
And this is what I told you last time about calm air. Choose your runway.
Yeah.
There is, I could probably look up and find a default calm air runway, like Bolt's calm air runway is runway 4.
Right, base 24, Richmond.
It'd almost be better if there was a little bit of wind, so
Yes.
everyone would pick the same one.
Exactly.
Traffic Warrior 63 Fox is left down.
Yeah, I think that is that guy who just took off right there.
Could be. There, we can zoom in a little bit too, make that a lot more obvious.
Does it say it says their altitude, doesn't it?
Mile final, runway 2, full stop.
Okay, somebody on final 2.
Green County traffic.
I hope that's at Bonanza.
Lima final, runway 25, touch and go, Green County.
And we'll just cross over once all this is settled out. Well, he's still in the air. This is the runway here. He's still in the air. So that could be that Bonanza. He'll be off to the left because he's landing on 2.
Okay.
And he's really low. 700 feet now.
Traffic, Golf 7 is approximately 2 miles southeast of Delaware, entering 45 left.
There he is.
Cardinal CJ5 Yankee, final.
All right, there's the recording again. Stupid thing. Shut itself off again. We'll see. Okay. Should be pretty good on the oil temp already. Yeah, 141. So we're good on that. We really have nothing to worry about here.
Right.
So we'll depart on 2 since we landed on 2 and that's the direction we're heading anyway. We can go ahead and get the AWAS again. Maybe. Must be between movies. There we go.
Grimes Field, Urbana Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 224-8 Zulu. Weather, wind, calm, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 23 Celsius, dew point 11, altimeter 3002.
Okay,
Remarks.
bump up-
Density altitude
bump us up one on the altimeter.
2,200.
To 3002. There you go. All right. You ready? You got the brakes on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm off. You're on. Let's go.
He's gone.
Oh well, yes. Let's let him go because we'll be a
Yeah.
while. He's probably going to taxi a little bit more than walking speed. Bonanza speed. Well, maybe not.
Are those fuel tanks on the wingtips?
Yes.
That's cool.
Well, it is,
Extra.
but that's an awful lot of weight out on the wing.
Oh, to make
know.
it fly.
Well, yeah,
Kinda
I
weird.
mean, you get inertia, right?
Yeah, I guess
It's like
so.
you really don't want to turn. All of a sudden, I want to turn a lot. You get one empty. You got a huge moment arm on that, so you got one empty and one not. Got all kinds of leverage on that.
That's true.
Well, I don't know. I guess I think they're fuel tank. Yeah, they can hold that one. Has a label on it. Tells how many gallons it'll hold. Can't quite read it. All right, let's go.
All right.
See where he's going. He's going up to 20, isn't he? Heck, damn it. That's not the runway we want. Well, we can go out there too then, I guess. Just follow him.
Really wanting.
Huh?
It's really wanting to go left.
Okay, that's why you would. you can control that. You have feet. I left it that way, by the way. That's me. That's bad. My bad. Okay, there you go. Right, don't mind all the people watching. We'll flip them off as we go by. They'll be like scandalized. They're like, oh man.
I just don't want to. I just don't want to run into another plane.
That's fair enough.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't want you to either, but boy, there's an awful lot of. I don't dare look that way because everybody's looking at us, and I don't want to see them staring at me.
That's all right.
I might have like something.
They're
on
not looking at us. They're looking at the plane.
I must have something on my nose or something. They're staring at me.
Looking at this beautiful paint job you got on this plane.
I have a zit. I have a zit right here on my. Stop it, people.
So wait, we're going that way?
Well,
then?
no, we might as well follow him now.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, we're, it doesn't matter. I mean, let's take off and make a turn.
Yeah.
Plane turns.
Best.
You can kind of push it on in there. There you go. Then we'll just take a look at each one. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, okay, 30 and 20, okay. Next one. Right around the same, okay. All right, take that back to idle. Now let's do our...
West, inbound for landing.
We do want to do our before takeoff checklist because we're missing one really big thing right now.
This thing.
Yes, so let's close Campy. I'll let you do that.
We need to actually look at it.
No, we know this. I mean, you should use it, but I'm here with you. Perfect.
All right.
Big solid latch. Good.
Yep.
Good. So what else could possibly be wrong? We don't need to go tower or anything. We're just on Unicom. We don't have to do anything. You probably want to get rid of that checklist so you have your map.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of that.
Tools. Checklist. And then back. Okay. We're not going to put anything in until we're ready. Well, we can put in Bolton as a direct to, and then just pick it. We can just reset it when we're ready to go back. So map. Because it's a map thing, direct to. Now that should very much be in our recent list. So just one to the left and probably, there it is, right there. Then just go straight to the direct to. And once more to get back. There we go. So now we can, when we're done fooling around looking for whatever we're looking for, we'll just hit it again and it'll just take us right on back. So we haven't heard anybody in the pattern, but as we talked about before, they may not even have a radio out here. So you're looking around. It's calm air, so they can be coming from any side. They're going to be harder and harder to see. I typically look at the base legs here because anybody on base leg, we're going to be out before they get on final anyway. There's nobody on final. I don't see anybody down there, but we'll keep an eye out for that. So let's go ahead up to the hold short line. See it across there?
Yeah.
If this was a towered airport, you would not cross that until you're given permission.
So you don't have to say that you're taxiing.
I don't have to say anything. We could take off without making a single call.
Well,
it's just there's no reason to do that, but you could.
I got you. I guess they are all right over there. They pretty much could see that you're taxiing.
Yeah.
Urbana Grimes traffic, experimental 284 Delta Golf departing runway 20, Urbana Grimes.
And I guess we'll make a left turn out because that's the law. It's not really where we want to go. But we'll turn around.
Urbana Grimes traffic, Scarlet 15 is 8 miles to the east, inbound runway 20, Urbana.
Not a problem, 8 miles out, no problem at all.
Scarlet, that's Ohio State.
Urbana Grimes traffic, Piper 7520 Delta is 9 miles east, inbound Urbana. We're at 3,500.
Got two up behind us, we better get going. Come on, nose, where are you? There you go. Yeah, it should fly off right about now. There it goes.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
What?
Hang on.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
Got it? Now we're going to want to trim down a little bit. You want to get that down where you can see where you're going.
Okay.
But not too far down, so we're still climbing. Kind of bounce. Right there. Right there. You're good.
Delaware traffic, Sport 52, 28 Delta, left downwind runway 28 Delaware.
That's Delaware. We don't care.
Delaware traffic down 454 Kilo Charlie.
Green County traffic, Skycatcher 3032 Delta, turn to left crosswind runway 25. Green County.
A lot of people flying. All right, let's make a left. This will be a left crosswind. Keep us climbing. Oh, we're climbing. We're good. Make a 90 degree.
0705 with you.
More?
90-degree turn to the left.
Runway 10 circling.
And then we'll drop our wing when we get on an actual crosswind leg where we're perpendicular to the runway. We want to drop this wing, and we want to see if there's anybody coming in on a left downwind. I don't see anybody, so we're going to go ahead and turn to the downwind.
Okay.
And we can just climb out of there. And we'll be departing mostly north, won't we? Well, we'll be running along the runway, yeah, so mostly north.
Greek County traffic, Skycatcher 3032 Delta is turning left downwind, runway 25.
There's
the base traffic in sight. Greek County.
And here's the traffic right there, 600 above us, so let's watch this guy. We got traffic.
So for traffic 701
He's coming in 500 above us, so let's stay down a little bit.
Should we stay like here?
Yeah, he's probably going to descend, but let's keep an eye on him. There he is out there.
Urbana
See his light?
Skylane 32810.
Flash
on
light.
the left, downwind for runway 20, Urbana.
No, I don't see it.
It's pretty far away. And now I can't see it. He's turned away, so we don't see his light anymore. He's pretty far away.
Urbana traffic, Piper 20 Delta is 6 miles east, inbound Urbana. I have one traffic.
That's him right there. See the lights?
It's car 15. We're going to do a 360 here for space because there's somebody on down.
Where are we at? Let's keep climbing. We'll just climb up out of all this.
You guys are close enough to us if you got us in sight.
I have you inside. I see you making
There's the guy making the 360. Now he's going to be really hard to see.
I can't see it.
He's in a bank angle like that.
No.
There, you should be able to see him out there. Right over the horizon.
November 27.
Oh, yeah.
That's the backup. That's the guy that's turning.
I was looking way high.
Transitioning south to north.
We should be clear. Now we got this guy. He's still our altitude converging. We're going to want to watch for him. But he's also 4 or 5 miles away. Well, that's the guy that's turning.
Right there's where we're going. See it?
Okay, yeah. We'll be away from all this.
Runway 28, Delaware.
We're pretty much out of it by now.
All right.
Place gets hectic in the evenings. I didn't realize that. Sunday morning breakfast, yeah.
Traffic 0705 Whiskey Hotel, 3 miles to the west. We're joining left downwind runway.
Just take us to like 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Turkey 06 Charlie Whiskey, Bolton ground, runway 4, taxi via Bravo and Alpha. Wind calm, altimeter 3002.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh, we already got that. We already got that. 3002. Already got that. We got that at Urbana. What do we got? 10 minutes? 8 minutes till they close. So we'll get to hear him close. He'll come on and do a spiel.
Oh, you already tuned it to it? Okay.
Yep. Yes, let's verify that. Hey, TZR tower, yep.
128.1.
That's a nice little feature. We can slow down. I don't care.
I was just trying to get back down to 3,000.
Not a lot of crops in the ground for being the first day of summer.
Charlie Whiskey, holding short of runway 4.
Too much rain.
Would like to depart southbound.
It's going to be a problem.
Turkey 806 Charlie Whiskey, Bolton Tower, runway 4,
Not gonna have any food.
southbound departure.
We'll see. He's headed out south, so we don't care about him.
Runway 46 Charlie Whiskey.
Although we're far enough away that we probably wouldn't care anyway.
Yeah. They fly right over my dad's house.
Well, that's why NetJet spent so much money on that terminal.
Cherokee 806 Charlie Whiskey. We'd like to come back around and land.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Tower's still up there. It is.
Charlie Whiskey, runway 4, clear to land. Everything all right?
I knew that was coming.
Our airspeed indicator doesn't seem to be working right, so I think we're going to land and see what's wrong with it.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Southwest.
Cleared to land, runway 46 Charlie Whiskey.
Yep, and we're still good. You can see the radar tower, right? The little white, things like a golf tee, and then the white buildings. That's the airport.
Yeah.
It's straight ahead of you.
Okay, yeah, I think I see it.
That little white, that's a weather antenna.
Okay.
So we're headed right where we want to go.
All right, cool.
That's going to put us on a left midfield downwind for runway 4, which is what we want. And on a 45 too. It's perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to turn around and come back.
Gotcha.
Bolton Tower, helicopter 553 Charlie Papa.
That's
3 Charlie
police.
Papa, Bolton Tower.
Columbus Police.
About 5 miles northeast of the airport at 1.7. Like to come in for touch and coast.
Oh crap. He's going to do that with the tower closed?
Proceed inbound and enter the right downwind runway 4. The tower's closing in about a minute.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem for us.
We got
touch and goes.
We'll be inbound traffic.
But it's a helicopter. They don't do touch and goes like we do them.
Oh.
I was hoping he'd leave if the tower was going to be closed. That might be him right there. I will just have to work with them. But they tend to, what they call a touch and go is coming down and hovering over the runway and just sitting there.
Alpha 3, taxi parking Alpha and Charlie.
So we'll have to work with them.
Left on Alpha 3 and Alpha and Charlie to parking. 6 Charlie Whiskey.
It is now literally 1 minute from closing. What's so close? It's like walking up to Starbucks just as they're putting down.
Sentinel aircraft. 1930 local time. Bolton Tower is terminating air traffic control and Class Delta services. Class Golf airspace is now in effect. Runway 4 and 22 pilot control lighting available on 128.1. Current weather: wind is calm, 10 miles visibility, sky clear. Temperature 23, dew point 13, altimeter 30.
I'd really like to get on the radio right now.
Bolton Field ILS or localizer runway 4 approach amendment 5 Alpha. Autopilot coupled approach not available below 1,144 feet. There are no field conditions to report.
Thank you.
Bolton traffic, Experimental 284 Delta Golf is 5 miles north, inbound left traffic, runway 4, Bolton traffic.
Bolton traffic, helicopter 553 Charlie Pop. We're about 3.5 northeast of Bolton. Inbound right traffic for runway 4.
He'll get there before us. All right, let's start bringing it down and slowing it down. Go ahead, full throttle back.
All the way, or
yeah,
just a
pretty
bit?
far. Yeah, right about there. If you get down into 3,000, I get kind of a resonate. It resonates a little bit. I don't like it.
Okay.
So let's leave it. Well, let's go about 35. There's that. See how it gets just that little bit rougher there?
Yeah.
I don't like
a little
that.
More shaky.
Yeah. Resonating. I got so loose. Let it come on down. We need 1800.
Oh, okay.
There's where it really, see, feel that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that. Right there at 3,400, I
Vibrates
just
a
don't
lot.
like that. There we go. Looks like he's on his downwind. We're gonna have to slow way down. Although I think he flies a pretty tight pattern.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not gonna go way down on a downwind. We are.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Let's hold it at 2,000 because we're still a little far out.
Bolton traffic, helicopter 553 Charlie Pop. Entering 45 degree right downwind for runway 4, Bolton traffic.
And Charlie Pop, what are your intentions?
Touch and go.
Does that mean something when you tap it twice?
Just that I recognize that he spoke.
Okay.
Just confirming without talking.
I gotcha.
We're gonna go look at the roundabout. Oh, you should get here. Let me fly. Get your camera ready. Or use mine. I'm gonna want to picture the roundabout as we go by.
All right. Did they just start building it then?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Okay.
Oh, they were out there digging today.
Bolton traffic, 3 Charlie Pop. Right downwind, runway 4, Bolton traffic.
He's pretty easy to see.
Yep. Yeah, they're digging where it's actually going to be. It's offset from the road because they didn't want to tear down the house on the corner. So they're offsetting it a little bit to the west.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like to walk down there when all that machinery is moving around.
Yeah.
Get in their way. All right, he will see there. He's going in already. See, they don't fly a very big pattern.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be okay. Boy, you can hardly tell they've done a thing. They've kind of carved out where it's going to be. Just keep taking them. They're bound to be a good one in there. Yeah, they're getting it all leveled out and everything. All right, where is he? Okay, he's over the runway, so he won't be. See, they go to the middle of the runway and just hover there for a second, call that done. So that's going to work out okay for us. We can go ahead and turn base.
Okay.
And Bolton traffic for Delta Golf is turning left base, runway 4, full stop.
Let's get some flaps down. Ugh, I can't do it with my left hand. There they go. Get some pictures.
I want to get a video.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get some pictures with yours.
I'm just gonna ignore you now because I gotta fly. He's just hovering there. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
That's not a touch and go. That's a sit and go.
Traffic for Charlie Pop, upwind runway 4, right close traffic.
They're not even off the runway yet.
Full traffic, 4 Delta Golf, final runway 4, full stop.
There he goes.
Way up high again. Oh, we get to do another slip. Can't get the airplane to come down today. You turned on the lights for us anyway. See the runway lights are on?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I can get the rabbits to run. I guess not. All right, we don't land on the numbers because we got to go halfway down the runway.
Yeah.
A little bit fast. 70's a little fast for this. There we go. That's like it. Little boost. Oh, what the hell? That was weird. Oh, I had a whole bootload. I had a bootload of right rudder in there.
Oh.
That was terrible. I should do that again. Well, I'm sitting in the wrong damn seat.
Yeah, that's your excuse. That's good.
Yeah, it's a good one, really.
Yeah.
Wobble, 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 wobble. All right, we'll be out of his way.
Traffic.
Looks so different from over here. Taxi it back.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Time. Nobody behind us.
All right.
Your airplane.